So after we have imported all the meshes, we have to build the whole shadowing and target geometry. First we have to create panels 3 and 5. We do that by copying and translating shadow first wall 4. So we can move to modification, transformation, translation, select whole mesh, and here we say in Z direction we will move the mesh for 1015 millimeters. We will also create a new mesh and we will call it shadow first wall 5. We can click preview in order to see the mesh. So this will be our new mesh. We can click apply. And the new mesh appears in the object browser. Then we have to do the same for first wall panel 3. We move it in the negative direction. Here. Again, we have to select the mesh. We'll name it shadow first wall 3. And this will be our new mesh. Click apply and close. So this is now our shadow. First wall panels 2, 1, 6 and 7 need to be aligned with first wall panels 3, 4 and 5, and this is why we have to rotate them. We can select them in the object browser. We click on the first one, then hold Ctrl key and select the next 3 meshes. Now we can see that all of them are collected. We again move to modification, transformation, then rotation. We check select whole mesh, submesh or group. Objects. The first point is the starting point of the rotating vector, and here we define the vector around which the meshes will be rotated. So around Z direction we can give it a value of 1, and then we can move them for 20 degrees. Click on preview. Here we don't have to create new meshes, so we just click apply and close. And this is now our full segment. Let's save this document. Okay, now the shadowing panels are moved 5 millimeters away from the plasma in the benchmark study. So in order to do that, we can first create a compound from all 7 meshes. So now we will convert all 7 meshes into one mesh. Again, we select all of them and then we go to mesh and build compound. Here we can give it a name. I will call it full segment. Again, we click apply and close. So we can disable those meshes and see the full segment. And now we have to move this segment 5 millimeters away from the plasma. So this means minus 5 millimeters in X direction. Again, modification, transformation, translation. Select full mesh. The second point will be minus 5. Select move elements. Or maybe we can create a new mesh. Full segment translated minus 5 millimeters. Let's click preview. So we can see that This is the slightly translated mesh, and we can click apply and close. So this is the translated mesh. And now we have to rotate this mesh 5 times in left and right direction for 20 degrees in order to get toroidal neighboring panels. So I'll select this mesh, go to modification, transformation, rotation here. And again, we define the vector. We click on create a new mesh. First rotation will be for 20 degrees. We apply. And we repeat this process for the next neighboring panels. 40. So let's see those neighboring panels. And we have to do the same for the negative side. Again, select this mesh. This time we rotate for minus 20 degrees. Okay, now we can close this dialog. I just change the name of this mesh. Minus 80. Okay. Okay, let's display all those panels. So these are now all the neighboring panels. The panel in the middle that will contain the target does not have first wall panel 4 moved back for 5 millimeters, but it is in the original place. To do that, we can disable this one. Now let's display the original panels. So all those panels need to be moved in the x-negative direction for 5 millimeters, except panel 4, because panel 4 will be used as a target. So let's create another segment, but this time without the first wall panel for panel 4. Let's create a compound, and we will name this segment no first wall panel 4. We click apply and close. So this is the full segment, but without first wall panel 4. Now we can move this segment for minus 5 millimeters. Let's go to transformation, translation, context, minus 5. Click preview. And we can see that this is moved for 5 millimeters. Now let's click apply and close. So now we can create the full shadow. We are going to make a compound again that will contain this segment without first wall panel 4. This segment is moved backwards for 5 millimeters. We will include in the target all those segments that were rotated and the shadow first wall panel 4, which is in the original position like the Nastran mesh. So let's select it. Let's select also this one. And we can create a compound. Mesh, build compound, and let's call this shadow. Apply and close. Okay, and this is our shadow. We can disable all the previous meshes. This. So this is the shadow without the first wall panel 4. Now we have to include also the first wall panel 4. Let's change the name of this shadow to shadow no first wall panel 4. We will move this shadowing panel for 0.1 millimeter in the negative x direction to avoid a numerical error that can appear in the computation of power deposition. So again, modification, transformation, translation. shadow first wall. Point 2 will be minus 0.1. We'll create a new mesh. Translated minus 0.1. And we click apply and close. Okay, now we can join those two meshes. Build compound. Name it shadow. Apply and close. Now let's display the shadow. So we can see that the first wall panel 4 is slightly advanced. It is advanced for exactly 4.9 millimeters. And this is okay.